So plant-based isn't always as easy as everyone says that it is. From wondering where to start, to spending too much time cooking, to feeling like you have no time left for yourself, plant-based can be a lot more complicated and time-consuming than you first thought. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 really simple habits that you can use to make plant-based a whole lot easier. So the first habit that's going to make plant-based a whole lot easier is menu planning. So menu planning is something that is so simple, yet a lot of people choose to skip this step. And honestly, it makes plant-based a whole lot more complicated and time-consuming than it needs to be. So when you make a menu, essentially what you're doing is setting out a plan for what it is you want to make and what ingredients you need to make those recipes. And when you go into the kitchen, knowing that all the ingredients are there, you know exactly what you're going to cook, it makes things a whole lot easier and it speeds up the cooking process a lot more. So if you're someone who's spending a lot of time in the kitchen, or especially if you're somebody who's just starting out, menu planning is a must, so that way it makes the process so much simpler and it's gonna lead to less time in the kitchen. So the second habit for making plant-based a whole lot easier is batch cooking. So batch cooking is very similar to meal prepping, where you're making a set amount of meals in advance for the week. So if you're somebody who's spending a lot of time cooking, or you just find cooking tedious and time consuming, batch cooking is a great way to simplify the process, get your time back, and honestly make plant-based a whole lot easier for you. So the third habit for making plant-based easy is weekly planning. So when it comes to making plant-based last long-term, you want to make sure that you're thinking of it as a lifestyle and not just a diet. And that means you're not just focusing on what you're making for food, but you're also creating habits that align with your reasons for going plant-based. And that can be really difficult to try to balance in your head. So what I really recommend to make it easy is weekly planning. Simply just sitting down for 10 or 15 minutes on a single day just to plan out when you'd like to cook or when you'd like to do these habits really helps simplify creating a lifestyle and helps you balance your time as well, and just makes things a whole lot easier. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you get notified whenever I put out a new video like this. And if you're looking for more ways to simplify plant-based, you can check out my guide, the 5-step method for making plant-based easy without spending hours cooking. You can find a link to that in the description and in the comments below, and I will see you next time.